Canada and global trade. I'm Brian Lilley with TheRebel.Media. I'm standing here in Hamilton, Ontario, atop the escarpment, the mountain, as we call it. Behind me, the factories that have made this city hum and tick for more than a century. The factories that put food on the table as I was growing up. These are the places that need to keep moving, that need to keep operating to help Canada have a healthy economy. Despite all the emphasis on oil and gas, manufacturing is still a bigger part of the Canadian economy than oil and gas. It's about 10% of our total GDP. Now, this has come into question lately because of Canada's participation in the Trans-Pacific Partnership trade talks. Now, look, I have some concerns about what may or may not be on the table. Will it be a real free trade deal or a managed trade deal that helps some and hurts others? The Obama administration has really hurt the cause of the TPP with their secrecy. They're allowing lawmakers in the United States to take a look at what's being proposed in the agreement, but they have to go to a secret room in the basement of a building in the Capitol. They're not allowed to take in their cell phones, their staff. They can't talk about what they read. That helps feed conspiracy theories. It helps feed paranoia that this is some kind of strange deal. And that's the paranoia that Justin Trudeau is trying to tap into as he says this deal is being too secretive.
One of the things that we've seen over the past years with this government is an approach that has been secretive, non-transparent, that hasn't let Canadians know what it is negotiating and how it is negotiating, what is on the table.
Okay. Look, I have a problem with the secrecy, but we will get to see the text of the deal at some point. Let's face facts, though. Nobody negotiates in public. It doesn't happen, whether we're talking about our own personal contracts, our own personal salary negotiations, home price negotiations, whether we're talking about NHL players, Major League Baseball players. You don't negotiate in public. It doesn't work. Details can be announced after an agreement is come to by the two parties, or in this case, the 12 parties. But it would be ridiculous to say that Canada, a global trading nation, should be kept out of a trade deal that includes the United States, Japan, and several other countries of the Pacific Rim, and may one day include China. That would be cutting our noses off to spite our face. Let's make sure that we don't have access to these markets. No, it's better for Canada to be in. Even if Tom Mulcair is trying to whip up fear that supply management, that's the managed trade in dairy goods like milk, cheese, the thing that helps push up prices for average families. Mulcair is trying to, scare farmers that this is up for grabs.
I would take to the table a strong position to defend our supply management system in its entirety. And anybody else who wants to talk about that will start talking about their subsidies. But Mr. Harper seems to only feel faint anytime it comes to defending our system.
Here's the reality. It's not up for grabs, and Stephen Harper has been clear. He was clear during the Monk debate. He was clear the day after in Vaughan, Ontario, when he was asked about this. He is standing up, he says, for supply management, even if many of us think it's time for supply management to go.
We have been clear in our support for supply management through all of our election campaigns, through all of our trade negotiations.
Oh, and by the way, Harper also made it clear that he's standing up for the auto industry as well. In fact, Canada and Mexico are trying to fix part of the agreement that they don't like because it helps the U.S. and Japan but hurts Canada and Mexico. Trade talks can be messy, but the idea that Canada should withdraw, that's what the left wants. They don't want free trade. They don't want freer trade. They want tariffs. They want a closed economy. That means lower prosperity. That means fewer jobs. That means less wealth for all of us. It's not the way to go. The devil will be in the details, whether it's the Trans-Pacific Partnership or any other trade deal. But trade Canada must. We always have, we always will, if we want to be a wealthy country. But then again, if we don't want to be a wealthy country, we know how to vote on October 19th. You can vote for Tom Mulcair or Justin Trudeau in their crew. Or you can stand on the side of sanity.